Now we take fucking another 20. Oh, it's 20, not 40. Okay, that's a little bit. It's 40 total. Okay. I think I was taking another 40 here. I'm like, what the f. Okay. We walk over there and swing. If we miss, we die. Alright, took a lot of damage on DHB there. Not a whole lot of value out of this either. B has the Famed Cleaver off of the Ice Cave event. Another frontliner here. We need to see the results of this experiment before this person can become a frontliner, really. Time to either mobilize Raizusai. Be just one archer. Are archers that bad? Why do you think one archer would be a critical number if bad? You want more spreadsheet at some point? Wow, you could nominate a spreadsheet talk. We could converse about our builds right now. I can just throw Nobu in temporarily. Alright. 1 on 3 on spreadsheets. Alright. Let's go south. Why are these orc hunters chasing me? 2 of 3 spreadsheet. Okay. 3 of 3 spreadsheet redemptions. Alright, chat has spoken. They wished to be regaled by stories of spreadsheets. We'll do our best. Let them know. A brief spreadsheet moment. Alright, here is the build spreadsheet. What are we doing with this and why are we talking about it? So, Wyo asked the question about why. Why drop rotate? And the answer is that this build has been really good at making neutral to medium, making medium brothers good. So, all right, what are we getting? Okay, so I guess there's 2 questions, right? One was let's go over the builds because people ask for spreadsheets, and 2, let's talk about why no rotate. All right, so the builds we're running right now is we're trying out a new archer build. We really liked thrower archers in our last runs. We're trying a no recover build with no range defense. And the idea behind that is the stats you would put into range defense now get split between, or rather, normally it would be range attack, range defense, stamina with a little bit of HP and stamina mixed in. And now if we're not taking range defense ever, we take range attack, HP, stamina every single time. And then the idea behind it is, well, maybe we don't need range defense. The enemies shoot the lowest range defense target almost every single time. If you get a little tiny bit of range defense on your archers, like maybe just the 4 rolls, so you're like 20, 25 range defense, they're always going to shoot somebody else anyway. So more range defense isn't useful. We maybe don't need anticipate. So if we pick up some stat points from not taking range defense and a talent point from not taking anticipate. We're also going to try if that gave us enough stamina that we didn't have to run recover. Your archers tend to be fairly stamina neutral most of the time, except for very long fights where sometimes they need stamina, they need recover, and we're wondering if we could do without it. So the plan was to try that. So far, recover seems... I'm missing recover. I don't like Colossus on my archers particularly. That's what we took for recover. I'm looking forward to getting Headhunter, but we haven't, again, because I really like Headhunter just in general, but we haven't really got there yet. So I don't know yet. The answer is that we're still out. We still don't know about that build. We don't have any megas this playthrough yet because we just haven't recruited anyone with good enough melee defense who doesn't have good melee attack. So the melee build has not been checked yet. This build has been this was Gravy's recommendation. This build has been, or a variant of this build. This build has been interesting so far. This is the stam neutral build. So what does it give up? It gives up Killing Frenzy or it gives up Berserk. Berserk is the one that when you kill something, you get more AP, so you can swing again. It can't afford to do that, and it. Okay, so what does it gain? What does it lose? So loses rotate because it doesn't have excess stamina to be doing things like rotate or adrenaline or indomitable. So it loses those, and it gains. It lets you take a shittier brother, right? So the problem is this: you can't have a brother who has. Most backgrounds do not support a brother who has really good melee defense, really good melee attack, decent stamina, good HP, good resolve, right? It's just too many stats. So what this lets you do is it lets you drop leveling fatigue. If you have enough fatigue between a weapon spec, which makes your two-handed weapon swing for 12, and then take Pathfinder, which makes one movement of terrain on pretty much any terrain. I'm not sure about swamp, probably not swamp. One movement of terrain, 3 stamina. That means every turn you recover 15 stamina. And every single turn, then you can swing with this guy. And to make up for his lack of mobility, you give him a two-handed weapon as well. So you give him a reach weapon. So they have a two-handed weapon and a reach weapon, and they basically attack once per round, every single round, but are fairly good at not stamming out, so they never have to take a turn to recover. They don't have to have a lot of starting fatigue, and they get a couple talent points back from losing things like Berserk, possibly losing Killing Frenzy. We're still experimenting with that, and losing Rotate. So that's what it does. So the question then becomes, is this any good? There's some issues here, right? So we're still experimenting, right? So if we go back to the actual game characters right now, this swordsman we just picked up is likely going to be that build. But I'm wondering what we can do. Like, so far, all of those have been nimble, and I don't want all of my brothers nimble for a couple reasons. I want to be able to use the good armors I find, and nimble tends to not scale super well in terms of like dealing with cleavers or that type of shit. So I'm kind of wondering if I can really min-max that build and try like Battle Forge with like 20 stam remaining, and see if that neutral build can do that, then all of those brothers can be Battleforge brothers. And if they can all be Battleforge brothers doing that build, then we can A, get a shit ton of nimble armor for the other brothers who would rather do other builds, and B, have a lot more sustainable over frontline. So the issue is we give up rotate with that. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, that idea. That's something new that we're testing out. That was a suggestion from a viewer. All right, let's keep going with the rest of these. And then I'll try to get to the questions. I saw some questions being asked. All right, what else? Cleaver Generalist, this thing is fucking great. This is the whip build. So two-handed cleaver with a whip. I'm not sure we're going berserk on this right now. This is still a question for me. And the reason why this is a question is it does have the stamina to do things. It's a stamina heavy build because it needs to be able to throw out whips all the time. But I'm not sure that it is actually attacking enough that I care about berserk. So we'll see. Thank you, Smithy. All right, let's take a look. Let's see if I can catch up. I got more things to talk about here, but let's try to catch up on chat's questions. Is there a relationship between initiative and whether they should rotate? No, not really. I mean, maybe if you were really good at... I guess you could set it up that way, Najoran. Possibly. For an anti-spreadsheet token? You can donate at me, maybe. So like Duelist Cleaver, the Duelist builds, rotate question more relevant there. Yeah, okay, we'll get there in a minute. Wait, why would you make them nimble by default? Isn't the point to work with all no stam? Yeah, that's the point, WoW, but I hadn't really got there. I hadn't really realized they would be that efficient even at such a low amount of stam. And honestly, that doesn't quite work. So the question is, the zero stam builds, can they be so low stam that we can build them all Battleforged? And there's a trade-off. And I think the answer WoW is going to be based on what I build them with, right? So the issue is this. So this weapon, the secondary portion of it is the stun, right? For the maces, the secondary attack is a stun. And the reach stun was actually pretty good. Not so good versus orcs, but it's been good versus other things. So if you go down to and you can't use that. The stun costs more stamina to attack with than the basic attack. So it's never going to be 12. It's much more expensive. So there is a question of, well, what secondary attacks do you care about? For which weapons? So a part of me is kind of like, I don't know if I want, like, maybe nimble ones are use maces so they can have a chance to stun some of the time before they stam out, and maybe the axe ones, which never want to use the secondary attack, are going to be the battle forge ones that can just work with like only 20 stamina total or something. So I'm not sure yet. We're still playing with this build and seeing the extremes of behavior we can do with it, the extremes of builds that we can do with it to see how it helps us. So we're working on that. We're not entirely certain about that. All right. We're in the build. I like to have a little bit more fatigue so you can start the fight with a net. Yeah, it's reasonable. Is it possible to use rotate on the stam neutral build? No, not really, because the stam neutral build can't recover stamina and it doesn't have a lot of max stamina. So it's extremely difficult to get rotates off. Isn't the stam neutral build going to be bad on the Kraken fight? It depends what the swamp cost is. So maybe. I haven't really thought about it, and I actually don't care about Kraken. Kraken only unlocks a Watermelon. Watermill sword has been not very good in my opinion. It's like okay for like Monolith, and no, it doesn't matter anywhere else. And even the like Riposte Dream build with the sword doesn't work because they just fucking shield bash you every single time you're riposting and cancel it. Indomitable playable? Probably. Indomitable used to be one of the most powerful traits you could take on a brother. We're going to build some still with Indomitable. We have to figure out who. Feels much more late game now, or tank specific. I have 2 builds right now that want to use Indomitable. I want to use them on my Duelist and I want to use them on my Megas, but I don't have any Megas right now, which is going to make the late game progression awkward because Megas are supposed to be filling the role of stand still, stand in a location and hold this location against all things moving towards it. Okay. Let's talk about the rest of this stuff now, the rest of the builds. So the rest of the builds look like this. The Duelist build. So this Duelist build is still running. This is the one we're not entirely certain about this, right? So why does the Duelist build not have rotate? Maybe it should. Maybe we'll get it in there. We have to figure out what we can do with that. The problem is it wants so many things, right? The Duelist is so expensive in terms of talent picks to be strong. So I'm not entirely certain what we're going to do with this. Maybe we don't end up with Headhunter or Brawny, possibly. Like maybe maybe we end up with like nimble ones with rotate or something. We'll see. But the problem is everything on this you want. You want Berserk, you want Duelist, you want Killing Frenzy. These are all your damage bonuses for a Duelist build. You want some sort of defensive stat at 7. You want Underdog. Maybe Underdog is something we could talk about maybe getting rid of. Underdog lost a lot of value in my eyes with the way it changed. So there's some argument for that. The way that my understanding of how it actually works changed. It basically lost like 5 melee defense worth of value. Whereas 10 melee defense was really interesting to me. 5 melee defense on average is less interesting to me. It becomes like comparable to gifted.
Quitters never win.
7 months in the grinder.
Hey, White Boy J. Cole, thanks for the resub. Any chance I could highlight this for YouTube? I can throw in a marker. What else about these? So this is still very much. I've never tried to do a run based mostly around Duelists because Duelists have always seemed to be the most extreme brothers ever because they are so stat intensive to be good. So I don't know yet. I don't know if this is going to play out. Like we're missing some of the two-hander builds we'd like to see, right? So another problem with this low stam build is to support a weapon, you need to have the weapon, the reach version of that weapon as well, where you stam out, because you're relying on weapon spec plus Pathfinder to keep your stamina neutral. So if I don't have a reach sword weapon right now, it's very hard to use a two-handed sword on that brother, because I don't have the flexibility that I would get from that. So yeah, I could just run the two-handed sword and never switch weapons, but I'm giving up the flexibility of the quick hand stuff, and I don't have any sword like whatever the new sword pikes are called, or sword arms, or whatever the hell they're called, right? So right now I'm limited by the fact that the reach weapons I have and the two-handers are not setting up nicely. So I just picked up a Mansplitter, so I could do Mansplitter plus reach weapon, although I can't do that on a stam neutral build because the Mansplitter takes more stamina. But as soon as I get a two-handed axe, I can build two-handed axe plus reach axe. When I have the maces right now, so I can do two-handed mace plus reach mace, and I may get hopefully I have the secondary hammer. We picked up one of the reach hammers from the noble fights. So if I get a two-handed hammer that doesn't suck, we can do that too. But yeah. I don't know if they're sword or pole. Wow. If they're sword, I might be able to do two-handed for that. Anyways, the banner is doing what the banner does. I need another whip right now, because the whip has just been super good at mitigating very high threatening attacks right now, and I want about 2 to 3 of those in my group, and we have 1 right now. So I'd like to get another Cleaver Duelist, the Generalist over here, Cleaver Generalist rather, and then I'd like to get the whip on the banner, so I can do that as well. And then finally, we're building this dagger build. This is the final one we'll talk about right now, and then we'll go back to playing the game, which is this is also an experimental build. This is to take advantage of the new, the fact that we're running a lot of maces, so we should have a fair amount of days going out, and B, that, actually thinking about this is going to be hard as fuck to work with, right? Because to get the value out of this, we're going to be two competing drives. We're going to be dealing with Overwhelm wants us to act early, and to do extra damage, we want the opponent to be dazed, which means we need someone else to have gone first. But the goal of this is to try out the new dagger that does additional damage to targets that are disabled in some way, stunned, netted, dazed, etc. So we're going to try that out. We have one brother who's built that way as well. So those are the builds we're working with. That's why we're doing them. A lot of these builds, I like some of the stuff in these builds I really like. Like, I like the fact that both these builds take early gifted and then branch out later. And I kind of want to build that into the Duelist too. So maybe if we could do that, because what it allows for is it allows you for the real sequence of events happens to be you pick up a brother. The brother looks either has good stats, but not guaranteed those stats, or he doesn't look like he has particularly great growth, but then he rolls super high. In either of those scenarios, it would be nice to be able to react to what has happened in the game to build a brother, rather than be like, you're going to be this brother, you're going to be this role from the get-go. So, all right. Anyways, does that kind of get all the questions about builds going right now? Anything else you guys want answered while we have this open, or we keep going to the game now? Why is Whip good? Because Whip has a secondary attack called Disarm that takes a really, really scary enemy like a Orc Warlord with a fucking two-handed axe and makes him hit you with his fists for like no damage. Can you switch out student for early gifted? Anyone asking that question seems to get asked a lot. It just means you fundamentally don't understand how student works, right? Student is a perk early that gives you that perk back later. So student is a free perk. What it does, what student does for your character is it makes your levels go faster, but makes your talents go slower up to a point. And then after a certain point, you're just faster in everything. So you delay your guy being immediately useful by taking something that increases your experience. And then when you get to max level, you get the student point refunded. You can't ever substitute something else in a build for student, because you don't get you haven't gained a perk point by that. You've just broken equal on a perk point. So when I tend to take student on brothers who are going to level, who I know are going to be good, so I want them to stay alive, and who aren't immediately in danger, who don't need immediate defensive perks. Where I do the opposite, right? In the beginning of the game, like if I have a brother who I'm not sure they're going to live or die, they're very early going to want to take Colossus and Gifted to get as many stat points on the board as possible to stay alive. I know Anticipation, already answered that. Basically, we're trying no range defense builds. Gunner, I haven't seen use for Gunners yet, Mr. Edio. The only place I could see them being good right now with the late game fights that I'm worried about is maybe they could AoE Orc Young in the front when those huge Orc camps spread around you, maybe. But it seems to me like the lack of armor penetration with that ability is just not very exciting. I mean, maybe the Overwhelm is good enough. I don't know. We want to build a Gunner, but we tried one and were super unimpressed with it earlier. So we maybe need to build another one. I guess if you could choose a single perk for rotate on builds, which would it be? I don't know what you're asking, Wow. Do you mean what perk would I drop to pick up rotate? What makes using the whip disarm reliable? It's a melee attack skill, and you have to have cleaver spec. So the base whip ability is like -20 or something, but if you take the spec, it's not minus anything. You only get one roll at it because it's a 5 AP attack, I believe, if I remember correctly. But what makes it reliable is having a high melee attack brother with cleaver spec. I tried the crippling strike and damaging ability on my team. I don't tend to like that, but we are trying the crippling strike with the maces to see how often we can generate wounds. Wounding Orc Warriors would actually be valuable. So we just picked up crippling strikes. It's kind of late in the build, so we don't know how impactful it is yet. You're building my brother guide? I did a guide video talking about the builds I've used in my previous run, the last season, and I just talked about this one. I mean, I guess from my perspective, there's two real benefits. The two things you're building for. You're doing this. You're trying to survive the game as it throws things at you, and you're also trying to build for the future of your team, right? So it's a straight up balancing act on that, right? Because you could take brothers who might be good later with powerful builds later when they get the gear and armor, and you could make them into decent brothers now who will not be as good as they could have been if you spec them differently later. And the benefit of doing that is you have a brother who carries your team in the meantime. So it's all a balancing act in that. Any one skill to get rid of WoW for rotate? Non-damage skills, probably either underdog, maybe gifted, maybe prawny, maybe, I don't know, something like that. WoW. High level gunner versus noble house has been good. It's interesting. When you need to remove a brother from your group, is it better to get him killed or dismiss him? Dismiss him if you can afford to do it. I get him killed in part because it's, you know, this is entertaining, right? This is entertainment for you guys, and these are named brothers, and having them fight orcs naked is super fun. Would masked gunners be good? I think gunner might be something that would be very good in the backgrounds that allow you to have lots and lots of people, like both the militia background and the indebted background. Maybe gunners would be better. I'm not sure. I can't answer the gunner question because I haven't seen them enough to figure out where they will be good. They must be good somewhere. I just haven't found it yet. But yes, it does feel like that would be a build that would benefit from having more than one, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to AoE morale or AoE debuff the opponent with the gun. It's the only thing the gun does well, is it AoEs. That's it. It doesn't do good damage. It doesn't have good penetration. So if it has enough penetration, you can proc fearsome. That's interesting. Where is it? Here. And if it has enough, if you have a brother who's fast enough, you can get overwhelmed. That's okay too, if you're overwhelming 4 targets. But even then, the targeting on that thing is awkward as fuck. So I don't know. We're gonna play with the gunner more. All right. I formed an opinion on the new headhunter yet. I like it. I don't know if it fits into builds very easily. More fun if you had your hat back.
Quitters never win.
Right. You Lazaric for the sub. The gunners destroy Linworm. Oh, that's interesting. That's pretty cool then. Wow. So like that might be one of the answers to new Linworms. I mean, we'll try to get a gunner at some point in this playthrough. Okay, we're gonna go back to playing now. How are you liking Retinue so far? I like it a lot. I've actually come away from the all or nothing Pathfinder with this. I'm really excited. This is letting me use perks I never fucking use because I really like the stam neutral build. It's a nice solution. It's a very elegant solution. Okay, we're going after this. 2 to 3 warriors and orc berserker, 2 to 3 youngs, 25% chance. What were we? Was there anything else I was doing right now? Sidetracked. My armor okay? Meat chop needs a headpiece. Yeah. Oh, I was trying to get Paps back in, wasn't I? I'm back to playing Scammed. Alright. I mean, there's definitely been a downside. Like, losing... I was trying to use smoke grenades to make up for not having rotate, but they've been insanely clunky. It's really difficult to predict, like... Okay, I have one guy with a smoke grenade who can't now do damage because I'm going to smoke grenade here. And it's a consumable that I don't get multiple of in the battle. And I can't make situational decisions because I can't be like, okay, my 3 brothers missed, now I smoke grenade to let them go. It tends to be like smoke grenade now before all my brothers have taken the action, or just roll on dying. And it's been really awkward. It's not been a replacement for rotate at all. Okay, we're gonna take this fight. Are we okay with the people? Put Nobu in. Because we're trying to get her killed. I want another. Maybe I just don't run another frontliner. What's the numbers? That's doable without a frontliner. Let's just get another backliner in. Okay. Dead don't need hats. This is truth about life. Oh, I didn't bring the HB sit now, so I don't have cleaver. Okay, so this is where it's really noticeable. We only have one of the cleaver generalists, and I don't have a second whip for my banner yet. Because like right now, I was just thinking about moving in and attacking this orc berserker, which would be fine. if I had some way to mitigate it killing me in one shot, which I don't. Oh. Really tempting to walk in and fucking hit it, but I guess I don't. Less of a threat there to worry about, so I will go after that one. It is so tiresome getting stunned this many times. Nice hit. Gotta cut that down. Oh. Alright, it's a little scary here because the archer is vulnerable. I guess we can mace smack here. Alright, so this is the crippling blow, brother. This is an orc with about 300 armor. Isn't super high for orcs. He's missing a chunk of it. Let's see if we can get a wound here. 94% fail. Game. Okay. Okay, I ate a stun, but I passed this turn after swinging, so it doesn't actually do anything, so that's fine. If I block that tile, if I block this tile, the orc can't charge anybody. I just don't think I can get the 2 turns. I guess I could put the archer there. But if I go there, you can push through there. No, that's never mind. Pipe dream. About to be stunned here. Have a donation gift for the XCOM soldier missing a 90%. I wondered, I like my donations, my donation artwork a lot already, but I have wondered about like some of the channels, the other channels I watch, like Grubby, do things like donation art for different specific numbers. That's kind of interesting. Fucking miss. All right. That's dangerous. We got stabbed. It's all right. Got extra shields. So that was a hit on a basically full HP orc. We sprained his ankle. I don't know what sprained ankle does. Something we care about? +1 AP per move and a little less initiative. Yeah, seems terrible. That didn't do anything when we hit him, even though we had. But this is without crippling. And these are subpar maces, right? They're not good maces. They're barbarian maces. Maybe. You only roll 25% so many times without hitting it. Well, I guess that's not totally true. Right. Currently using, I think we have a command for retinues. If chat can take care of that for me, so I don't have to answer that all the time. Probably a fucking Hexen. Don't want to deal with at all. Alright, a little low on food. Hoping to get that last undead area taken care of. I want to scout this area. Presumably we just lost a bunch of food. We're probably down to only silly meat, yeah. The problem with this stuff is we cannot keep a supply of human meat. We will not take initiative here, chat. This is the build that's running Overwhelm. Retinue do we have right now? We have the Scout and we have the Photographer. I think it's Scout. Is it called Scout who gives us movement speed? I could just suck it up and roll HP here. It's really unexciting on a 2 roll here. I don't care about the stam, really. Do we need more initiative on this build? This build is not going to be a fencing build. This is the dagger spec. I could take a range defense roll. That's reasonable too. Five initiative is better than 2 HP. Is it? What does 5 initiative give us? We're already at 126 initiative here. We're already very fast. Do we need more initiative? I need 140 base initiative. For what? Rock is doable? Yeah, I do. Alright, I'll take 5 initiative here, chat. I think it's better than the range defense. I already have dodge, so presumably I am triggering something off that. Alright, what are we building next on this dagger? The problem is we haven't used the dagger. It hasn't even pulled out. We haven't even pulled out the dagger yet. I'd like to get him into the front line, doing stuff soon. Basically ready for that. We're just building him up a little bit more. So what is the next perk on this build, supposedly? Loss is dodge. We have relentless. We have to take relentless. Like recover is a question mark. Nimbles, quick hands. Why do we need quick hands on this fucking build? This is when I believed in quick hands as like everyone's running a grenade kind of thing. I'm not sure if I believe in that anymore. I have overwhelm in here. Probably just duelist is honestly what we should probably be taking here. Probably duelist and relentless. Hands for nets for the extra damage on the dagger. Seems expensive. Alright, let's take a look at this brother. This is nimble. I don't know why it's nimble though. It is. Build definitely wants Killing Frenzy. Also wants Duelist. Audio seems okay on my end. What's the second? What else are we taking on this? We're taking Killing Frenzy, Berserk, and Duelist. We already have Berserk though, so what did we skip to get here? Shooting, Colossus, Recover, Weapon Spec, Underdog, Nimble. Skipped Indom. I don't know if we're running Indom or not. Alright, keep scouting. Running low on food, we need some more orc camps. Fuck, is there no camps in this area? There's one. Okay. I hate that move. The double stun is fucking ridiculous. I love this mod. Alright, moderators, be ready. There's going to be a lot of questions about why are my eyes glowing. Or why is Deadly Blind's eyes glowing? Why are they glowing? I guess, now that was a plural issue, right? But I guess if we take those brothers with only one eye and we promote them, then it would just be a single eye glowing. Does the mod, Wyo, I got a question for you. Does the mod take into account if your brother has the wound that removes one of his eyes, only one eye glows? Because I think that would be fucking great. You should give him one eye glowing and the other one gets an eye patch. I had a question mark in there somewhere. Can you please show the stats on the famed armor on the axe duelist? I think we have an image gallery of all the famed, right? Have we done that yet, mods? We tend to run those. In the gallery, yeah. So just show him that command so he can check for himself in the future. Alright. Also become more AP at 9. No, 9's the cap of AP. There's 2 things that will give you AP back that I'm aware of in the game. And there's it's a perk off the gladiator start. I'm not sure if you can unlock that through arena fighting or not. I think it's just locked into the actual starting background, or you can get berserk. That's it, right? All right, what are we doing here? We are getting rid of garbage. What garbage are we getting rid of? All the garbage. This is by category? I never remember. I just need them labeled. Inventory is actually kind of good right now. Need 5 of those. Oh, there's orcs in this area. We've been warned. Nice. We do another Sea of Tents. Bigger Sea of Tents. 2 to 3 warlords. 2 to 3 berserkers. I'm experimented with fire lances. I looked at them and wasn't very impressed. So no. Answer. These fucking rolls, man. Just monster rolls all the time. Okay. I think I have one more reach weapon. One more of these reach weapons. Oh, I picked up a... Is this a two-handed mace upgrade? I can't remember. Is the spiked mace worse? I think it's worse than the barbed mace. It's close though, right? 51, 115. Excited for a second. All right, so this is gonna be a scary fight. And that may be fine. May be fine. I hate that this guy's not healed yet. One fucking hit from an orc like 2 days ago. One hit. Well, 2 hits, but 1 round of being hit. This is an Oblate Nobu kind of game right now. Are we strong enough to take orc fighting stances? I think we are. Could run him back rank, promote someone else to front rank. Like, we have a couple guys who've gotten there. Like, this guy is probably good enough for front rank now. Hyena armor to dodge guy. I have fucking hyena armor? Oh, you mean one of these? Yeah, fine. I'm mostly, I kind of forgot that I had, honestly, that I'm just looking at the AP of the attachment, not the actual secondary riders on the attachment. But you're right, it could be fine. If I want to do that, it's more damage. Probably even want to do it there, huh? So are we ready to put Pabst on the front line with this dagger? His fucking melee defense is not great at 19. It's not a great amount of melee defense. You know who also has 19 melee defense? Dead Monk. Yeah, I'm excited by this orc. Yeah, obviously pair him with the mace, bro. The question is he ready to go right now, or is he just gonna get fucking destroyed?
From the stagecoach.
Dunklazon. Thanks for the sub. The answer is I have no fucking clue. I had a second whip. Bit of a scary fight. This is harder than the other one. The other one we kind of eked our way through. No rotate means people die here. Do I have a grenade? I do technically have a grenade. Anyone have quick hands that isn't using it? Yeah, you do. You ever gonna have stam? Yeah. This is melee stat. Can we not afford to run Nobu here? I mean, it's so clear we want her to die, but dying here too soon might actually screw us. And she's got, you know, 16 less melee defense or something than this guy. Awesomely out of Orc Young Shields? No. Why do I want her dead? Personal reason. What is Raizu Sai doing here? He would spec Mace. I was looking to have somebody spec not Mace. This guy doesn't have shit for stamina. This is roughly the stamina he will end up with. Like, this would be a better axe spec or a hammer spec. But I can't do either of those things with the gear I have right now. Don't have a two-handed hammer or a two-handed axe to mess with. And I do not want an infinite number of... I mean, this guy's spec'd. This guy's not weapon spec'd. He will stam out in this fight. He could be something. I mean, but he wants to be mace because he's got a fuck ton of fatigue. Guy has way less. They want to make him mace. Well. Okay. Do we promote our other dagger bro into, where is he? The two-handed pole hammer. Okay, but I don't have a two-handed axe I can use. Alright, you ready? Again, how that build works. Stamina neutral. Can't use orc weapons. The only two-handed axes I have are orc weapons. So I have the reach axe, but I don't have a regular axe. Or the reach hammer, but I don't have a regular two-handed hammer. So how do I build that build? Now maybe you're just saying use this from this fight, which might be true. This might just be better than something else. Do I like this? Like no damage to their health, but does a shit ton of damage to their armor? Maybe. Alright, where's the dagger bro? The dagger bro is here. Is he ready to be a dagger bro? Not sure. No hit points is a little bit awkward. I feel like he's not ready yet. He's ready? Are we sure he's ready? Like he's not ready to me. It would give us one more frontliner. Melee defense is too low. I don't disagree. Not gonna get any better though. I mean, it might. Depends how he rolls. Ready to die? Do we salute him? There's a bunch of fucking mace bros over there. Could we possibly do anything that resolves around? Can we do orc setups for this? Idle 280 armor. When we looking at that? If we Battleforge spec this guy, we could do it. We don't have the weapon spec, so. The new sword lance is a polearm. Morning. Okay. Yeah, I could just run in the back here like this. This is probably fine. Between the two dagger bros and dagger there. Okay. Let's try it. Let's try the dagger. All right, everybody else running reach weapons. This is subpart 73. This is 74, and this is 70. We go there, go there. This becomes an axe or the pole hammer. The axe. Oh, this guy's at fucking 90. Do we want to try pole hammering these orcs? Filthy robot, give what? Give what, where, to who? Well, that's interesting. Does the athletic trait mean you don't need damn neutral builds, don't need Pathfinder? That's a really good question, Xander. I think it's 2 less fatigue off of. Cost halved. I don't think so. I think forest is 6. So I think the problem is athletic brings it to 4 and Pathfinder brings it to 3. Yeah, so probably not is the answer. Yeah, are we gonna try this fight? I think we're trying this fight. This is scary. Scary fight. Anyone else have the ability? I mean, we have 2 points here. He's probably going to be. We could make him stam neutral right now and give him heavier armor. Something I'm interested in. Oh, he does not weapon spec though. Shit. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, the 150s are taken. 30. Where's my third 150? Sure. There. Well, we want him at 20 stam. We want him at 20 stam after a weapon spec, which we don't have yet. Alright, we're gonna try this. There's a potential to be really, really ugly. Do we believe in the terrain as utility? If I run into the orc young, they can't stun me. I don't get shit for attacks this round. This is the guy who has crippling. We just gave him a bruised leg. Could have ended turn there, but not passed. Or passed, but not ended, rather. Alright. I want the nimble axe killing shit down here. Azusai is mace. Dude, I want to swing, but to swing, I can't walk in and swing. Alright, so where else are we going? We're going here. We want to get people in this area. The warlord. Warriors coming in. Going here gets us stunned, and going there gets us hit twice. We don't want that. I don't want either of those options, honestly. I'm gonna disarm the berserker, at least one of them. What a shit coming down here.
A gleaming
Where am I?
endowment.
Oh, shit, I did this wrong. Thank you, Fatty Badger Pants, for the $20. Cheers. Good. This is too many orc warriors coming down here. We're a little bit too congested, especially if I'm going to be trying to use the dagger for killing people. I was planning on trying to do. Fucking awkward. Raizusai, this is his first time on the front lines. The first thing he did is get fucking smashed in the head with the cleaver. Took his hat out in one shot and put a 10-point bleed on him. It was real bad. I almost want to tap them each once. The idea being that this finishes there, but we'll see. May not one shot now, I guess. He's gonna headhunt though, right? Yeah. Okay. So waiting on this asshole to get out of my way. Maybe he'd be okay there. I don't think I want him next to Raizusai, honestly. Fuck. Alright, that's good for us pathing wise. Alright, this guy needs a shield. And can we swing? Yes. Okay. Any warriors already behind us? Bad news. Okay, so we're gonna set up to triple stab this guy, I guess. Look at that dagger damage, guys. Did it. Headshot with that is super bad. Disarm them both. Try to kill here. Have to hit head. Just walk down there and start striking. Here and start striking. Leave that hole open and come down here. We could kill this warrior next round. Or we could just keep killing the young. Alright, do I debuff this guy or do I wait for the mace stun and do damage to him? I think we're getting stunned here anyway, so it's probably debuff. That's super fucking dangerous. That was really bad news. Jesus, the fucking orcs do so much damage with the two-hander. What is this? This is our whole arm. I didn't see this guy so close to breaking. That may have been a mistake. Alright, so we want to get the dagger set up here. Or the days anyways. Alright. You see this fucking berserker hanging out over there? It's bad news. A lot of bad news going on over here. Block the execute. Dagger bros seem like shit so far, chat. But he's dead. The Diki right now. I could triple. I don't think triple disarming. I don't think that does anything. Just wait there. I should have triple debuffed here then, because this guy's gonna get fucked. Yeah, that's real bad. So this guy's gonna flee, and this guy's gonna stun in and kill somebody next round. It's gonna suck. The Diki. Alright, a plus note. Can we go there? We can't even go. We can't even go where we need to go here. Does this build need fucking footwork? Like, I gotta be adjacent to a target that I'm stunning to do anything to it. To mace it, rather. Feels like absolute trash. So I can triple debuff him. Guess we are. We're looking to do what here? Bash this guy probably.
A nominal pittance from the raving masses.
Get a Diki for $3. Look, that armor, it's nice. And rotate here again. Would have been nice to hit the fucking stun, because the stun would have allowed me to get the friggin' debuff so I could do some damage to that next turn. But hey. Triple debuffed. Almost killed him in one shot. Guys, next round. Dude, this fucking dagger bro has been so bad. Bleed kills him in 2 rounds. So Homie Chop dies from this, right? It's 20 points. There's 9 lives. Cleared that. Guy is taking... Oh, he might just be dead. Oh, he is dead. It's 23 bleed damage. We've got a cut artery. Who is this? Other fodder. Oh. Can we get this daze? No. We'll die without a daze. That'll be it. Okay. Alright, still no daze. Amazing. Oh, he rallied the orc. Oh, that's so annoying. Right. What are we more scared of? More scared of the orc, the warlord, or the warrior. I'm scared of them both. Yeah, that was fucking brutal. That rally, the late game rally is so painful. The late turn rally, I mean. We can kill that before his turn by going here. Or we could fail on a 91. I need to not be standing next to this fucking orc. Just rallied and it failed. Fuck off. Standing right next to you. Fled. Really good. Another stam. 20, is it 20 or 25 to rally, chat? $25. We get 15 and 3. That's 18. Okay. We either lose our banner or potentially lose our best brother. We could double disarm here. Could have been saving himself. Okay, the double miss, the triple overwhelm perhaps doing work. Dude, what was that? Oh, he went ended turn. Holy fuck, that's bad. The disarm fucked me there. So he ended his turn and then we ran. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Can't end this run fast enough. We... Yeah, I can rotate him out, but he just dies. He dies to the bleed. The only way we can... I don't think we have the stamina to walk over and heal him. Fucking bullshit is what this is. So I can walk and bandage, but he's in melee, so I can't. There's no way to move him out of melee because orcs can't be moved. Was he struck down or killed? Disarm doesn't work, so we almost saved him with disarm. He was at full health, and we could have saved him with disarm, and we disarmed him to save him. And then the orc went, the end of the orc's turn, he gets his weapon back, and then my guy runs right after. So fucking irritating. So, we've lost people I don't care about so far. We've lost the traumatized farmhand, the fodder fisherman, I think. We've lost the brother I do care about, and then there's one more. Who's the fourth? Smoke bomb work in that situation. Do we have a smoke bomb available there? Yeah, it would have. Well, it would have worked if I had understood the interaction of the one. That's a sellsword, right? The sellsword's fine too. I'm fine with the funny part is like I'm fine thinning the roster, but not. I don't know if I'm fine thinning the roster 3 deep and our leader brother. Like the fact that it was our best brother who just died is fucking really irritating. Iron Man it. Yeah, maybe we Iron Man it. I mean, the fight is so close. To be fair, it's a mistake. I didn't think about the fact that this unit, when it gets undisarmed, then my guy runs, it kills it. That's pretty rough. I mean, the rally failing is so miserable too. Like if the rally fails, we're just fine. We don't trigger 3 extra attacks on the orc fucking warlord. Yeah, it's not the issue of bringing brothers back. It's the quality of the brother. What's the matter, Moppy Pop? Going on about in there? But again, don't worry about the dagger yet. Don't blame the dagger, bro. Why? He's been a 12th of our army who hasn't done anything this entire fucking fight. He's for 4 turns stabbed an orc warrior with a dagger into 340 armor. Not an argument for double rally. It's positioning. I don't know, chat. I don't know. All right. Find out what we're doing here. Typoed both those. All right, chat. Let me know. Back in a sec. Uh oh, chat. You guys are confused by the Iron Man reference? Shit. Iron Man reference here just means move on. It means rather reload. I mean, we're probably fine. That was one of our starting brothers, though. Bad. Oh, let's not start with this stupid shit. What's the point of Iron Man if you can reload? Just seriously. Alright. So I don't know what to do with this poll. Because it appears that some people didn't understand what the poll was actually saying with the Iron Man reference. So I'm just going to do this again real quick. Make it really simple, I guess. Some of you were voting the wrong way. Alright. Meanwhile, let's get the rest of this fight to a winnable position. Dude, that fucking sequence was so fucking irritating. The dagger broke itself too, chat. A shitty weapon so far. Alright, well, maybe it'll be better. Meanwhile, I got launched during that, so. You guys want to see what weapon we're fighting for? What happens, Wild, do you know what happens with the way the weapons roll? So, we know that there's, well, we don't know there's a fame. We have a high probability of famed here. It's going to be the same each time, right? These and dagger specs seem brutal. Seems insanely stamina intensive and doesn't do anything versus all the guys who can. If you mean not too bad, it's pretty fucking bad. I don't care about Itadiki. I'm happy to have Itadiki killed off. I'm happy to have Lessing killed off. I'm happy to have Homie Chop killed off. Person I'm not happy to have killed off is fucking Pyro. No, chat. Famed Orc Cleaver. Could replace him. He is a mid-game brother, not a late-game brother. Got dies. I wanted to know, Wyo, if this item would be identical if I reload and try again. Try not to look at the item because I don't want it to influence my decision. If it's a good item and I learn that it's the reload would change it, I don't want that to change my opinion, so I haven't looked at it yet, chat. Holy shit. Someone spam Iron Man at these idiots, please. Alright. I mean, we're probably okay to carry on. What do we actually have for brothers left? Go us, but don't look at it? Alright, alright. Hold on, let's see if I can do that. On my food so we can do it with webcam. Ready? Ready? Alright. I can see it. No, I can't. That was Head Chopper. Nice necklace. Did I miss it? Okay. Hold on. Try again. Is that good? Can't see your description, so I assume it's good. Alright, good necklace. Talk. Miss again. Easy. Shit, bad. Max rolled. I don't know, but I saw numbers. None of you know, do you? Alright, what are we doing with this? Majority say reload, but it's pretty close. I mean, we can keep the run going without this brother. We're over-spec'd on mace spec too, but we just lost 2 of them. The thing is, we wouldn't have lost. Such a stupid sequence of events to lose that brother. He was at full health. Yeah, there was an orc warlord next to him, but we had both a disarm available for him and full health and a fucking rotate. And what we ended up dying to there was a combination of nimble with bleeds, brutal, and a weird interaction with disarm that we hadn't considered, which is my guy goes after. A really stupid sequence to lose that. Iron Man police, that's a good way to call them. That's exactly what it feels like. I mean, we're probably, the thing is, the run is fine if that guy dies. Do we just move past it? Like, we have sentimental value for Pyro, but it maybe isn't the end of the world. I mean, the run is fine. Losing 4 is a lot when I only have 13. Down to 9, it makes the rest of the fights a little bit harder. I guess we only lost 2, though. Alright, what did I get? How does this compare? 40 to 70 is orc damage, right? 25, 110, so it has no pen. Weighs 9 less. Oh, weighs 9 less, and weapon skill is only 2 more fatigue. It's 3 less on that. Okay. Trash? I don't think so. I think it's fine. Alright. I guess we're carrying on. Yes. This limits our ability to do things. And we were boldly taking orc camps, and they are right at the limit of what we can take. And this was a pretty nasty one. But honestly, the fucking dagger is what killed us. Thing was absolute trash. A little salty about that dagger. Feels bad. I wonder if there's a way we could have saved him. I didn't even look where the grenade was. The grenade could have saved him if we had it available, but I don't remember which character had it. I put it on somebody. Lose the pole, sure. Dagger was trash. We lost a brother by 1 round. That's what killed him. 1 round. And we missed. We had 2 backup defenses for him. The rally saved his life, but it failed. And the fucking disarm failed to save his life well, in our mind. And it failed as well, kinda. Alright. Alright, rip some brothers. Alright, Homie Chop was struck down, lost an eye. I leveled again. Very disappointing. Very disappointing outcome. Itadiki lives with minus 10% fatigue. Kind of irrelevant, honestly. I just don't know if I actually want to play this character or use this character. Character's kind of whatever. Who else got to take quite a lot of damage? A lot of damage and take any damage. Got that one-handed cleaver. We're gonna build a brother to use that. Probably. Did I lose weapons here? Lose a polearm? No, it's there. Mr. Bucket leveled. Alright, what are we doing for this? Colossus Fortified Mine, Rally the Troops. If there's a question mark, Cleaver Spec. We're not there yet. Nimble. Cleaver Spec into Quick Hands then. Maybe Quick Hands into Cleaver Spec. And to get another whip. The Hedge Knight. I am the Hedge Knight. And why I'm picking Rotate Less this run. Nope, you can go back to timestamp where I spent 20 minutes talking about builds today and watch that if you like, earlier in the VOD today. I do explain it. We'll fight. Alright. Democracy spoken. Democracy was confused. It was really difficult to get a sense of what Democracy was saying here, since the first vote was compromised by people not understanding what I was asking. I think all of our 0 damn builds just died. We lost 3 of them. Lost 2 of them. Alright. We're probably done in this area, since we just took a big hit to our... We need like 3 more camps. We need an undead camp too. Dude, I kind of want that one that regenerates hit points. The ones that regenerate hit points seem like it's going to be super important. I'm going to run around with the one that generates more champions, and that's interesting. Doubled, huh? Healing solve. Yeah, healing armor, you're right. That would be a very simple solution to that, wouldn't it? Alright, what does this guy have on him? Salty about that fight, man. It was just a salty sequence of events. The rally failing was just fucking bullshit. I feel like rally has not done anything since the patch, and I'm sure it has not actually changed. It's all in my head, but it feels that way. Student Colossus. Rotate. Cover. Underdog. You just like slap taunt on this and it's basically doing the same thing. Alright. Camp 1 sucks, not noticeable at all. It's interesting. The first I've heard of that. Alright, we're gonna clear this camp. It's a joke of a camp. That last fight was a joke of a fight. I mean, they're orc camps. They're supposed to be dangerous, don't get me wrong, but like, our team was capable of handling that. Frustrating that it ended up that way. It was like twice as profitable as the orc camp. Wish I had taken a second and consolidated my items into my people a little bit more because I didn't want to have to roll against this. I guess what I do is I just throw out shitty food, grab that. Throw out shitty food, grab that. Throw in real food. Any of these weapons I want? No. Advice for fighting Ifrits. Don't melee the big ones. I'm really annoyed we haven't got this ambition. We did this area from here. Didn't find a single undead camp. I know that the camps tend to be regional, but they don't tend. The undead camps are everywhere. I really would like to get this ambition rolled on. I need to clear my inventory though. Do we need gifted here? I guess we... This would need to be a weapon spec. Don't want it to be mace. Do we just click axe and move on with our lives? Probably. Is there a pole hammer that's frontline? Alright, they've been raided and this is double modifiers in our favor. Yeah. Laughed at me for carrying around the wood. That value. Yeah, taxidermist too. What are they buying at? They're buying at some number that's above 0 and smaller than 100 probably, I guess. Faulty 20. It's fine.
You have returned.
You micro
This
chatting?
game needs the Rabbit of Kerbanag as a legendary enemy.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Don't think we have any use for berserk flails. Is there a world in which I could be wrong about this? Is there like a headhunter berserk chain build that in here that works suddenly? I don't think so. Always been kind of bad. Alright, I don't want great axes either. Doesn't spit with the people we're building right now. Repair these, I guess. Alright, we don't want these swords. Shit, just sold my axe and I can buy back though, right? Okay. That's what we needed. Okay. So much money. Taxidermist here. No fur padding's the one I was thinking about. We got a bone plating. Iron will potion. Large quiver of arrows. We want that. Probably do. What else do I generate from the unhold hides? Nothing, right? Get a direwolf pelt. Do we have enough for both? We have 5, we do. I have enough good backgrounds to face an endgame crisis. Yeah. Well, I mean, we just tanked 4 fucking brothers, 3 of whom were quite leveled, so probably. The serpent skin mantles do. Yeah. The arrow thing seems fine. Yeah, nice lion, right? Helping him out. Yeah. Let's take a look what's available for hire. A nomad and a sellsword of the high-end backgrounds. We have to buy tools here. 93 is kind of expensive. What does the actual mission look like? Like some things too. Did they nerf these? Were these 14 or 15? Can I just craft 2 of them too? Where's my fucking second one? Can I just craft 2 of those? They're always 14. I think I just crafted 2 of them. Really not. Alright. You guys tell how salty I am about that fight? I'm so salty. It's part of why I made myself go through with it. I'm like, fuck, this is so salt-inducing. Well, the other thing I need are... Why don't they have nets? What kind of shitty town are they? Grab myself a beer. A little early. But I am a little tempted. We need tools. Not insanely badly, but fairly badly. Do we want to look at these backgrounds? We have to recruit brothers now, so I guess we're going to take a look. Fear of Undead, Eagle Eyes, Triple Initiative, Melee Skill, Range Defense looks fairly garbage to me. Iron Lung, Double Resolve, Single Melee Defense Star. Melee attack on that. Night Blind, Tiny, Resolve, Melee Defense. Think we can build an incredibly cheap Mega with this guy? Go look. Do we want this brother? Oh, where is he? This one. Is this any good? This is missing melee attack is the problem. Iron Lung is still quite a good one. Although it's less good on sellswords because I'm not really caring that much. I mean, I guess with Iron Lungs you could build a... Could you build a Orc Mansplitter build with this? Get 3 more and it takes 5 more. There's not famed Mansplitters, right? Are there any 2-handed weapons that Orc have that attack? Like, could I build a flail with this? Get it down to 15? Too expensive? He's definitely expensive. I need attack rolls right now. Fearsome shield bro, what? You want me to run like a spear and like fearsome people? Well, he's a sellsword. He could actually just roll super high on his melee attack and then get lucky all the way through, but it seems unlikely. No, there's not Fame Mansplitters. Yeah, what else could we do with it? I think this is just a no, honestly. We need people is the only reason why I'm tempted. Alright, let's look at the peddler that we rolled. 16 starting melee defense from Tiny. 54, 36, 96. It seems fine. 39. You can't have... I don't know if you can have 39. I found the sweet spot on Megas was about 60. For looking up decent seeds or going in blind, I prefer scouting the seeds to see if I want to play it. Try out the Manhunters. Okay. Did I get third retinue? Not yet. 20 to swing an orc weapon. Yep. But I'm pretty sure that means though that, right, pal? That means then if you 25%, which is a quarter of 5 is going to be 1 off, and then the 3 you get from the Iron Lungs is 4 off, but you need 5 off, right? And even then, I don't think it works, right? Because it's cover the base. My point being that you can't get enough of that. Have you tried what you think on running axes on tanks and use shield break from time to time depending on fight? That's hard to parse. Running axes on tanks. No, I don't do that. I don't do that for a couple of reasons. A, I don't really want to spend a bunch of stamina attacking a shield with a fucking tank. Although you will hit it, guaranteed. But it's more about the fact that I get no plus accuracy on the axes. The benefit of running a tank is you don't have to level melee attack very much. But the downside is if you don't level melee attack at all, your opponents will often ignore you to move around you. That's just not good enough. I don't like that, Weil. I think it's straight cheating, Weil. I mean, do what you want. It's your game, you play it how you want. But for me, it feels like cheaty to know the location of famed items ahead of time. They still ignore it in current AI changes? I don't know. I mean, but I'm looking at this and like 16 melee defense for a dirt cheap background seems great. But the problem is if I put them in a position and they just totally ignore this guy, we're fucked. I mean, you can get around this by running a 3-headed flail because the 3-headed flail gets 3 attacks and the attacks are bad, but there's 3 of them. So, I mean, we can try it. We can see what we want to do with this guy. Let's roll him. See how he rolls. Alright. Who is this? Music Cat. Gonna be a bitch to level because he doesn't have any fucking stats. Alright. I love Tiny on tanks. Tiny and Nightblind is what those are. Is we still going on about this? Okay. Need tools. I don't really want to pay these prices for tools. Don't have to be here. We're going west. I don't want to go west either. We're going 11 on defense, I believe. We need people. Care what backgrounds? Much. What do we need down south? We need a whip. Like a gun, we want some whips. We want any more of these maces? Not really. We'd like a 2-handed axe. I don't know if I can find it down south. What's the other thing I want? It's on the screen, right? Oh, check the Manhunter, right? Thing. We're looking for... cleaver and whips. I still have that stupid cleaver too, don't I? I don't think I'm keeping that right now. I think I'm gonna sell that. Am I gonna sell that? Maybe not. Now let's do quick tryouts on the Manhunters. Melee defense and resolve. The only Manhunter? It's the only Manhunter. I don't have renown yet. It's 1400. We're building up towards renown. What are these missions? Either of them nomad missions? Oop. Okay. Shit. Certain assassins. They have good gear, maybe? So salty about that. Do we want to fix any of this gear? Is this? Did we decide this was nimble gear, chat? I do love me some bone plating. Don't know what we're using it on yet. I don't know what we're using on these. Picked up a bunch of armors. We definitely want to use some of it. $52, $53, $51, $50. Need for padding. Or nimble. No, you don't need fur padding for nimble. Is nimble even good for fucking fur padding? I don't even know if that can, does that combine with nimble in some way? I always find this to be good on Battleforge to deal with piercing. Like it helps so much versus chosen. Did we lose both of our padded armors too? Yeah, we did. One of them, I guess. So salty. I gotta get over that, man. I am finding that very, very irritating. I kind of want to throw like a +4 on this or something. Maybe this one, because I'm gonna use this. This seems like a less good one in general. Throw that on there. Where is my fucking grenade?